2018. This is called To the Moon in 4 missions. I'm going to upgrade some buildings. I'm going to get everyone some experience, and I'm going to get to the moon in 4 missions. I've already set up a new game. It's fresh. It's stock, no mods. Let's just get to it. See all the zeros. Alright, so the idea behind Kerbal is we're supposed to go where no Kerbal has gone before. Research science. I'm sorry, collect science. Use this science to do research, which gives us new technology so we can go to new places, further and more fantastic. Anyway, launch our first vessel. We're at mission control here. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. Take 2 of those, we're only allowed 2. Now, we can't do anything except build our first vessel. They don't give us much, so it's no big deal. Just take that. And I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible because if not, this video is going to be 4 hours long. I'll try to do this whole shebang in 2 hours. Anyway, this is too much for me in the beginning. I'm trying to land specifically inside the complex. So forget staging. And then the first Kerbal we want to go is the engineer. Jebediah. And since this is the first time we've ever been to the launch pad, then what we need to do is immediately start to collect science. Oh, I've already messed up. I forgot to put my science on board. Alright. So I'm going to take 3 of these. So that didn't take too long. Take 3 of those. And we'll get back out there. So collect some Mr. U. Collect. I'm going to do what we call an extravehicular activity report. And while we're out here, we're going to collect the data on board. That way it'll be inside with us instead of outside. Alright, now the whole idea, I'm going to try to launch and land inside this complex. It's easier done with a pilot, but I'll try. Alright, as long as you're going up, you have some aerodynamic properties, but once you start going down, you're basically going to come down where you're going to come down. So I have my parachute set up on a pressure plate. I can pull it anytime. I'm going to perform my science, which is going to be my mystery view. And it looks like we're going to hit the complex. So instead of doing my crew report up here, I'm going to do my crew report where I land and pull my parachute down. Alright, pretty good. So as soon as we land, It'll be our first time. It looks at like we're going to be at the space plane hangar. I'm going to do my crew report, my goo, and an EVA. So first things first, crew report. Keep. Mr. Goo. Keep. And EVA. Keep. Push the B button to board. Now we've extracted a whole bunch of science, plus we've landed at a place called a biome, which is the space place hangar. And each biome has science, like over here in this field is a biome. The mountains are a biome, and we have grasslands and badlands, and there's several biomes. We'll learn more about those later on in the mission, but the next thing we do is we recover our vessel. Alright. Now, we just fulfilled 2 missions from Mission Control. We've launched our first vessel. You see we got some cash for it up here. I don't know if you noticed, we had 25,000 to start, but now we have some cash. We also have some experience points to spend. Those are explained here. We get a little cash back for bringing parts home, and our crew now gets 1 point of experience. So we're done with Bill for now. We're going to use the scientist next. So first thing we want to do is go back to Mission Control. We're going to take another mission. We can have 2. The atmosphere and orbit. Now, these are big ones, so we don't want them to expire, so we're going to take them now. You can do a test mission, but these sometimes have very specific parameters, especially when you see 2 stars. Sometimes you get hung up holding on to a mission, and it's going to work against you later. But if you see something that says test on the launch pad, you can grab it. Sometimes it'll be, an extra 5,000. It's really not that important. So, anyway, next thing we're going to do is take this well-earned research, and we're going to go to research and development. Inside, first thing we're going to do is start research. This gives us new parts and new abilities. We also can get new abilities from other places when we upgrade buildings. So those are the first 2 you need. I have 23 left, so I can only have 1. I'm going with survivability, and I also want this little science experiment right here, a barometer. And that's going to give me faster research so I can get my other things I need quicker. We also got the thermometer, which is the same thing on our first purchase. And we've got a fancy new engine, a gas tank, and a larger flea solid booster. So let's get right to it. Before we get right to it, I want to talk about building upgrades. So that's so what we can do here is take this money and upgrade this building. This will allow us to perform EVAs in space or while we are flying. Right now we can only perform them on the ground, but if we do this upgrade, we can perform them elsewhere. So I just did. Okay, we have another upgrade here. It's 50,000. I don't know if we need it right now. We'll come back to it if we do, but that would mean we would have to build our craft for less than 6,287. So we'll come back to that if we need to. I'm going to build the craft first. Alright. First things first. Just keep this same capsule. Set these aside. We'll probably put one of them right back on. This can go away forever. And I'm just going to slap this together real quick. What we're needing is 6 of these. You might be able to do it with 5, but I use 6. I'm going to put a T-45 swivel engine on there. That gives us some piloting control. This is a stack separator. We'll put a solid booster on the bottom of that. Now we got a heck of a rocket there, but it's going to be too heavy. Our parachute can't take it, so. Plus we're survivable now, so let's have a heat shield. Another decoupler or stack separator. I don't think it's going to fly real true. So I'm going to put a set of fins on here. Probably 3. Could use 4. Or I could use 6. Put them on separate stages. Stage this right now if we want. And our parachute should still be set on automatic. Now, we also are survivable, so we got a thing called a drogue chute. This will slow us down. I want 2 of those. And I also want to show you what happens if I push the D key. See how it flipped it sideways a little bit? Alright, that's awesome. I want 2 of these too if I can have them. I can only have 30 parts, so I'm allowed 7 more items. So let's go to science. 2. 4. 3 more. Antenna. Tested. Works. Alright. I can have 2 more items. So I'll just run down the list. Alright, that's it. So this time we're going to put the scientist on. And he can do something nobody else can do, which is reset these canister experiments. The pilot and the engineer are unable to perform that task. So check. Name this why. Why do we do this? Okay, our mission here is to just break the atmosphere. That happens at 70,000 meters. And we're probably going to double that with what we've got set up. So, the best thing to do is just kind of let this craft fly and really not try to steer it too much. We're going to look at the world map also. I want to show you that real quick. We're going to jump into this in mid-flight, and this is a way to measure our altitude in progress. So anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to fire it off. 3, 2, 1. Alright, if this thruster is too powerful, you can down power it when you design it. The same way I did the first thruster. You reduce the thrust or the amount of fuel. But in this flight, we would never reduce the amount of fuel. So we're going to wait and watch for it to burn. Turn up my gas for the next stage. Okay, it's a little too much power, so back it off into the green, and that'll help you fly. If you back it off too much, you'll lose control. It's starting to fall a little bit, but I'm just going to ignore it because it's not tipping and twitching. If I touch it, I'm afraid it might do something. It'll stabilize as it gets into this higher atmosphere too. See, the air's thicker here, a little thinner here. This wreaks havoc with airplanes. Airplanes can't fly up here unless they bring their own oxygen or oxidizer. And then this is space. So anyway, I'm going to back off on the throttle because we are tipping and we're going crazy. Just a little bit. Keep that number going up. I'm going to go to that world map I showed you. And oh my goodness, look at us. We might as well just shut it down right now. Hey, we've made it. We've got gas in the tank. So what? Before we hit 70, I want to do this. I want to check the mystery goop. I want to do a crew report. And I want to do an EVA. Oh, I didn't get my EVA. I don't think we'll be able to do it on the way back. We might be able to if we remember. I'm going to board now. Temperature display. Pressure data. Alright, now remember the scientists can reset that, so we're going to come back out on an EVA. We're going to collect the data. We're going to restore. I don't know if you can collect this data. Yep. Take data, take data. And then board. And if I can, when I'm coming back into the atmosphere, I'll get an EVA at, 69. Anyway, so we'll look over here. See, we've achieved the goal of escaping the atmosphere. Let me go back to the map. Okay. If we were gonna orbit and we won't have the gas to do it, let's start the process, like, for fun. See how I'm approaching my AP? That's called my apogee or my apoapsis. Apogee or apoapsis. So as we approach that, we put it in a prograde position, which means close to this, and we give it gas. And see how it's running away from us? Slow it down until it just travels with us. Alright, we've just ran out of gas, so... But anyway, that's the process for orbiting Kerbal. Now we're going to land in the water, so... Hey! That's going to be another opportunity to collect more science. Now, I think I collected my pressure in the upper atmosphere, not in space. So I'm going to double check and make sure I get my space temperatures. I'm going back out on an EVA. Okay, remember we upgraded our building, so this is what gives us the ability to do that. And by the way, you are the first Kerbal in space. First spacewalk. Alright, looks like we didn't forget. We did get those temperatures, but it never hurts to double check. Okay, so falling back to Kerbal, and I need an EVA right here at 69. So when we hit 69, we're going to get an EVA. That's an extra vehicular activity. Now, while we're waiting for that, I just want to show you IVA real quick. This is intravehicular activity. Nice little window they give us to look out of. $79, $78. I can't stay out there too long. I think I have, maybe 10,000. So I have to get it done and get back in. So 70, go. So I'm going to go out here. If I stay out here too long, the forces will rip me right off or I'll burn up. So I got to get inside. Hey, I've got it done. Alright, now I can just double check it. Looks like I have EVAs, IVAs. I do want to transmit a crew report, so I can get another crew. Let's just keep all this. We'll review our crew report and transmit that. If I didn't rip off my microphone. Okay, I need to dump my rocket. Otherwise, I'm not going to perform correctly, and all my experiments are going to heat up and explode. And you see them heating up, so I want to keep them all. Oh, a little debris went by. I think that was our rocket. Man, that was moving. Alright, so I want to review my report. I want to transmit it. Traveling too fast. And the reason I want to transmit it is because I have enough battery power. About 35 is what I need, I think. And then, oh, I've set my parachutes. No, I have not. So I'm going to set this one at 50. Here. Do that over there. I didn't do that in the... Now I can pull them. Alright, as soon as I slow down, I should be able to transmit my crew report. I want to do that so I can get a new crew report when I land in the water. You see, you can only hold one crew report at a time, so it's best if you transmit. Good, it's letting me. Now I'll show you. It really sucks your electricity when you only have 50. About 35. Alright, now this is opened up. And we have about 600 feet where I can get out and I can do an EVA right here. Board. We have extra thermometers. So, extra pressure. Extra good. And that didn't amount to much, but that is a second reading, and we'll take that because we have an additional canister and a scientist on board. So it's the perfect time to do this. Okay. I could do a crew report now, or when I land. I choose when I land because I'll have another chance to fly over the water. Let's look at it. So that's a 3.5 flying over Kerbin's water. I'm going to actually lose 2 science points to collect that at another time. I want to collect the in-the-water data. Actually, I'm going to land in the water again. I'm going for the science points now. I think it's cool. I'll get the in-the-water crew report later. Because I'm getting to do these 2 science experiments in the water. Now we'll fall at about 6.4. That's good. Anything under 7. I don't know if you noticed the heat shields weigh are heavy. We could have dropped that if we wanted to. Alright. Collecting science. Okay, so we should see a big collection here. Cover. And this is what scientists do. They recover science. 121. That includes the science we collected. They say we earned that, but they didn't give us credit for what we transmitted. Okay, so the next mission we're going to send a pilot who have more control. We're actually going to try to get into orbit. They've given us some cash, so we were limited to 33 parts here. We want to upgrade that so we can have more than, 30 parts. We want to upgrade that so we can have more than 30 parts. And the other thing we want to upgrade is right here for 150. But we won't do that unless we can build our craft for less than 23. Some of the other cheap upgrades we have are the runway, which we would need for mission 5, but not in this phase, and this building for mission 7, maybe 8. You can always upgrade that to take on more missions. So, let's go to mission control. Alright. You can see that we've achieved these 3. This one's active. These are available. And if there's no tricks or tomfoolery to this, this is not a bad idea. Hauling a heat shield into flight for 2 stars. Read the fine print. Let's read the fine print. Okay, haul a heat shield. We have to haul it between 42 and 53,000. I think we'll have it both directions. I say this is a good one. It's going to be 8,000 up front and 23,000 when we complete it. So we're going to take it. And now, high amount of certainty, I can accept that. Now I've upgraded 3 buildings. 1, 2, 3. That's done. 2 missions. 32,000 cash. 2 Kerbonauts with experience. And we haven't even got into our pilot yet. So, first thing you can do is rip this apart. We probably won't use that. Probably will use that. Maybe not. Decoupler. You don't have to throw them away, they can hang in there. We won't use those. Okay, so we're not limited on parts, but we are limited on cash, and we also don't really have a need. So I'm going to change those to 1, 1. We'll leave 2 for balance, or just eliminate them completely because I would only have secondary mystery glue readings. We don't even need glue at this point. We've got it all. We could get it where we land. Maybe a secondary reading off the launch pad. Anyway, mostly we can take it off later. Alright. Let's go ahead. Call this W. Save it. And we'll get some new parts. Could have done that before I did that. So we go here. Definitely. We got 101. At this level they cost 45, so if we don't take this, which is large fins, cones, and I don't see how we can avoid it. We can take this. And this. And that'll help us get us into orbit. Oh, I didn't buy those. Only a crazy man will do this. Let's try to get into orbit with that. It doesn't look good. It's too long. First thing before we go, we're going to check our stable. We always do that. Let's set this chute up. 50, 15. 14, that's fun. Ooh, let's raise that back up to 9. Alright. See what we can do. Third mission. Now I've turned on the stability assist. It seems like the pilot ability, which they're the only one that can do stability assist. Until later in the game when we get a mechanical device to do 4 of the other classes. It really helps. Look at the control, it's just going straight up. We're going to hit our 200 meters per second at 2300, right on time. Actually, we're going to go, it's pushing us a little past schedule. Let's go forward, but we got to be really careful in this thick air. It'll pull us right over, so I really don't want to exceed the 70 mark. And I'm going for 90 degrees, 70. I'm sorry, yeah, 90 degrees direction, 70 degrees angle. Alright, I'm moving 1,000 feet per second, so I'm through the danger zone. Almost, but you still have to be careful if you've got a funky top-heavy rocket. Gravity's still at play. Alright, looks like we're into the clear zone. So we have to go over here. Alright, we're going way too fast, so we might as well stop. We just want to put our gas enough so we're not losing anything. We can even be arrested. Alright, like that. And of course it'll go out. But then the other thing we can do is start to push that into our forward momentum. Now our goal here is to reach 2350. At 2350, we should have the ability to escape the confines of gravity and be in a near Kerbal orbit. little concerned about fuel, but we'll just keep after it. I've got this tank, and then under here we've got a high efficiency Poodle engine. Once this one's finished. Back to the other one. We're a minute and 20 seconds away, and I'm going to slow this back down again to rest. Alright, it's about as low as I need to go. Minute 8, minute 7. So I'm just going to put this on 90, 0. That's where we want to be until we run out of gas. Seven, 6, 5, 3. Alright, now we do something at 30 seconds, which is coming right up. And that means we try to hold this number. We're at 30 now, so I'm going to go ahead and give gas. See what it takes to hold it. So, nope, we're pushing it away from us. There we go. Now we're going to run out of gas, I remember. Yep, we're out of gas, so. Alright, let's go back. Alright, see, 19 seconds. 17. It's moving towards us, but I'm going to slow my gas down quite a bit, actually. Let that march towards us a little bit. As this is marching towards us, this is marching towards 2350. 2250 is where we're going to really start to pay attention. So I'm slow down and we'll let that hit 0 at 2250. It's like it's moving away from us again. The closer I get, the less I need to hold it back. We just hit 2100, we're at 9 seconds. Put it down there. But what we've got over here is this is starting to go. Now we're going to slow down. I want to hit 0 here while this hits 70. Hold for 2250. Doesn't look like we're even going to get to 0. I can't get my gas low enough, so it's going to grow away from us. Close on 70. Alright, we've hit it. We have officially achieved orbit. Now, I hope we don't get tied up on this heat shield somehow. I wonder if we have to push a button that says test. Might have to check that. When you're flying back to Kerbal and you're between 42,000 and 53,000, it may be automatic. But light that heat shield up and make sure you don't have to push a test button. It may just mean that we have to fly through that zone with the heat shield glaring heat. Believe me, that's not going to be a problem. What we want to do is make sure that our heat shield's exposed to the elements, so we're not using this as a heat shield instead. Therefore, keeping us from achieving that mission control goal. Anyway, at this point, you can just enjoy the ride. We've reached 3 missions. In a very short time. I don't even know how long. So let's go ahead and look at our time acceleration, because we're actually going to need to be able to do that. I'm going to turn that off because that eats electricity. Actually, you have a pilot, so you can have this on and this on, and it's at no charge. Now, we can get some science while we're up here. Let's talk about that for a second. What we do is we go on an EVA, and we get an EVA report. And this says, EVA report in space just over Kerbin's water. We don't need that, but that's specifically over the water. As we get over other landforms like shore, the grassland, things of that nature, then we can collect points. But let's do some time acceleration to get us over one of these points. I can see some land on there. Got to be over the top of it. So as we approach these landforms, I'm going to attempt some EVA reports. Nope, still over the water. Still over the water. Oh, we've got to be in the land by now. Okay, board again? I'm just impatient, I think. There we go. Above the shores. Keep board. Alright, shortly after the shores, you'll probably have either a grassland or a highland. That was 10. Grasslands. So the board. Now what I want to do is I want to accelerate to here, which will give us mountains, highlands, and desert. Is that us? Alright, so you do that up here, the fastest you can go. At this distance from Kerbin is times 50. Let the time fly. Okay. I think I'm over mountains. Oh, grasslands. That'll probably... Don't give it to me. Feels like mountains to me, though. Oh, not grasslands. Mountains. Mountains, yeah, mountains. Good lord. I think these might be called highlands. No, that would be these. Okay, we're going to try highlands. Mountains again. Highlands. There we go. We got it. The only thing we need now is desert, and we can come home. All right. In the crew report, while in space near Kerbal. I think we forgot to do that earlier, so we're catching up now. And probably have enough electrical charge to transmit that. Let's transmit that. Alright. So, one way to come back is to just face your behind in the other direction, and it's called retrograde. Just put that right down there. We're coming in hard and fast from 99 to nothing. If you want to speed it up. This is lickety split. You can't believe it. We will be testing our heat shield. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to 70,000 feet and eject our payload into the lower atmosphere. Oh, isn't that pretty? Could be called, there's some place called the Badlands. It's a little rugged mountain range. I don't know if that's them or if those are just mountains. You can get those EVA reports if you do a north to south orbit, in space, and you'll have 2 polar caps and I think 2 ice shelves and the Badlands. So you can get 5 EVA reports if you can spin your craft in the other direction. If we had time and gas, we might be able to do a little bit of that, but I'm ready to get on the mission number 4. So I'm going to accelerate some time until we get to 70. Okay, we're at 70, so it's time to eject. At least before 53 or 42. And we're supposed to remember, check our heat shield for a test. Not jettison it by accident. Okay, we have Mr. View on board. Alright, we'll go ahead and take that. That's our secondary reading for upper atmosphere. If we try this, we'll get nothing. Looks like we got something. Must have missed it before. Well, we destroyed the data somehow, accidentally. Good. We made up for it. So now, if we land in a new biome, I'm going to have to EVA, collect that data, and then get back inside and get my reading here, crew report, and an EVA. So hopefully we'll land somewhere we've never landed before, which I think the only place we have landed is the water. So we're hoping for a land. Okay, we're time to eject. We want to make sure we don't have a test button on our heat shield. We can come here. We have just tested our heat shield. So you just got paid. A professional astronaut. Yeah, let's not give the boy a headache. We'll turn him over. Oh, excuse me, Valentine. Let's not give the young, beautiful lady a headache. Let's turn her over. Alright, so it looks like we've got our mystery goo heating up. We may not make it. We're coming in fast. It may just explode on us. Maybe yes, maybe not. We have not pulled the parachutes yet, so we need to remember to do that. Let's go and enjoy this beautiful blue haze. So the only thing really left to accomplish once we land and not die, of course, is to build a rocket that can achieve a fly by the moon. And it's not going to take much more than what we just created. So the real trick is to know when to pick up experience, where it is, not to miss it. If you're thorough, you can see 3 missions. I've really almost knocked the opening out of this game. Once I do the flyby of the moon, then the game becomes almost wide open. You have the moon, you have moonness. I'm going to go ahead and pull my chutes now because they're set. We'll land if we don't land in water. We'll have some new readings to take. It's kind of a shame that they don't get a better view. But that'll all clear up. It's the missions down the road. Alright. Now, we're going to have a water landing, so we're going to be about 10 less experience had we been able to control that landing a little better. Maybe 7. It's not that big a deal. We can make that up in one flyby to the moon. And like they say, it is what it is. We have what we've got. We do know what we've missed. So we actually now know what we do not know. And that makes us genius by certain scholarly accounts. That we know what we do not know. So, not meaning to stand on the shoulders of giants, I myself am just an observer and fascinated by it one at that. So, remember those two. What makes us genius is that we know what we do not know, and we should never stand on the shoulders of giants. And that means try to receive accolades off of other people's accomplishments. I believe someone tried to take credit for Sir Isaac Newton's work, and Sir Isaac Newton, upon this man's death, purchased his only known portrait and destroyed it so no one would ever know what he looked like. And I believe he's the one who coined this term directly in response from this actual occurrence of standing on the shoulders of giants. It's where it came from. But of course, you can use it in a lot of places. I don't know who said we know what we don't want to know. Or Socrates and some we landed in water. We could get a secondary view, not really sure. Yep, 9 points. I think everything else is pointless unless we have forgot. Yep, looks like we didn't get a crew report last time because we decided to get it later too. And never hurts to check the thermometer. But I know I know that last time, so let's just call it in. Alright, 73 science points earned. 170 spent. Little money back. Valentina, look, she's got a star. Alright, so that's pretty cool. We got cash. Little mission control. We want to explore the moon. And if you want to, we can haul a parachute into flight. Okay, see, this is what I was telling you, how you get caught up. You know, that's easy to pop that parachute between there and there, but to be traveling at 150 meters per second, I don't know what that's going to take. You might have to put that thing on an airplane to do that. I've never seen a capsule fall that slow. Maybe there's a way to do it. But that's what I was talking about. Just don't read it. Read the fine print. I just want an easy mission like I did last time. I'm just going to put something and just fly it. I use this engine all the time. But once again, you've got to hit a button at this altitude moving at this speed. So. Now this is more like it. This is actually the normal function of a parachute. We wouldn't have, that's just easy, basically. Top speed about 3,000 where I've got it set now. We could turn that down a little to 50. Instead of 60, so instead of 32, it'll pop like 4,000. And the speed I'm hoping to travel is about 264, 265 in that zone. So yeah, that's a good one. We'll take that. Alright, so now we have 2 missions. Oh, looks like we got some advanced cash. Gotta spend our points. Alright, that's some really good stuff. Now I've got, oh, look at that. 0.3. I could have 2 of these. If I just had one measly half a science point, I could have 2 of those. So, I hate to break my promise, but here's what I need to do. I'm actually wanting this. That cost me 90 points. That gives me the solar shield I need to recharge my batteries. I kind of need that if I'm going to the moon. I probably can take a pilot and do without, but I kind of need that. Or, wouldn't it be nice to have 2 of these? Might just be great. Especially that one. I could probably take 3 people on a fly by the moon if I can have this one. So let's go ahead and take that one. I promised in 4. I'm going to break my promise right now. Okay? I'm going to show you why. I'm going to go to the space plane hangar. Build the craft. Let's do this. Oh, look, we got a science junior. The scientist though. Ouch. You know, if we would have landed on land, we could have actually had that. There we go. Well, so now we can actually have remote control. Oh, I didn't take my shield. Oh, I said yeah, we could do it with a pipe. So look at that. We're on our way to completing our 4th mission. Knocked out the first 3 tiers. 4th, count that. I don't think we did. 1, 2, 3 tiers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. 5. We're well on our way to a wonderful Kerbal game. A good start. We've got cash. But you're almost ready to upgrade this. You actually could if it wasn't so tight with the money. So, only thing you have to do is keep your vessel under a certain weight. And it's all good. Let's just load up the last W. I'll show you how we're going to change it. Check my weight. Oh yeah, way under. Oh, I am limited to 30 parts though. Oh, interesting. I think the other, yeah, oh, I upgraded to increase my mass, not my parts. So look, I've got this ship built for 14,000. Let's call it medium. Save it. Go back. Upgrade our 4th building. Yeah. And go inside. Now, as long as we keep that under 16,000, we're good. Let's go through it again. I might need another fuel tank. Some control. Battery. $80. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna have to do without something. Okay. Well, Jebediah's first mission, I get the most experience. Right, so I'm going to turn this on for a little control in the beginning. We're going to turn it off real quick. I'm just going to let the solid boosters do that. Now we're going to try to fly on a 90-degree angle. That's what we need for the moon. Get us off. I got those fins on there so we can control things. Otherwise, you're just kind of at the mercy of how they pull. Roll. So that may be way down. Just don't want to lose progress. We need to waste gas in these low altitudes. But when we get to 70, we get a lot better efficiency with our thrust. Vacuum. Call it a vacuum. Alright. This point, get maximum efficiency at the altitude. Let me pull that thing down. Let's speed this process up. So our goal is to achieve orbit. We do it the same way we did before. We're waiting for 30 seconds. And in the meantime, we were adjusting our throttle. Just a bit. So we don't need, okay, as we're at 30, try to arrest that. It's counting backwards on us, which is good. We're getting close to 19. Okay, go check your fuel. Alright, so we achieved our orbit in the same way. I'll just check one tank. Ooh, we're almost out. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 24, and then we gotta go to this tank. We got plenty of fuel to make it to the moon. First thing we do is set the target. See how node 3, we get the positive ascending. To twist it. Pointing a solid 90 degrees off our trajectory. So we're heading at 90. We're on 180. 0. And as we approach that, let's go ahead and use fast forward. Just barely any gas at all. See how it wants to travel with me. I got it running my speed. Now it's pulling away. Now it's at 0. I'm going to let it go a little bit and then shut it off. Alright. I want to get back into prograde. What we want to do is coming around the mountain, and she comes. So I don't know if it'll let me draw a node yet. Let me see. Nope, it won't. I have to get further in the tech tree before I can actually make a node plan. This is easy. Basically, what we do is we just come around the bend. I'll put it up here on my parachute. Okay, let's go out here. Basically, what we're going to do is look for the moon to come over the horizon. I want to fly this way. I like to fly this way. It makes me feel more like a pilot sometimes. So, set it up. And we'll go back the other way. There. Now it's a planet. A lot of times people like to fly like this. So, alright, so I can see, because I've marked the moon as a target, that it is getting ready to come right over that horizon. That dot gets about there. I'm going to get some gas. Okay, we're moving there. Alright, that's the moon. Gas all the way. Give it all you got. And remember, you're going to run out. So there we go. Look at it go. Look at it go. Alright, so we're going to come back to here. Watch what happens. See, we're pointing there. By the time we get there, it's going to be up here. Somehow, its curve and our curve, some kind of natural laws are going to allow us, since we timed it right, to intersect the moon. And we'll fly by. I think they want 500, don't they? Oh, I got so much gas, I'm going in tight. There we go. 13,000. It looks like at 13,000, you'll miss the moon, you'll come back, you'll catch it again. At 50,000, and it's going to fling you off into an orbit around the sun, which could be amazing. So, something's got to change before you get through all that, but we have achieved a fly by the moon. Anyone who wants to quit watching now, all I have to do is fly by the moon. I'm going to collect little science, and then I'm going to return. I have gas. Gee, one man. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up here, I'm going to suck that down, create an orbit around the moon, and then I'm going to put it back into an orbit around the Earth, a return trajectory. If I really wanted to, I could just let it happen, go 29 days into space, and give it a little bit of gas, suck it right down. That, if, you know, in an emergency situation, if I had 20 fuel, that's what I'd be doing. But I can drive around this universe with all this gas. So, anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to stay with me till the end, go ahead. I'm probably not going to say much the rest of the way. I don't think anything I said is too beneficial, but man, I just showed you guys some little things that if you just find those little ways to know that insurance is there, or that science is there, like when you're above the mountain on an EVA. So I'm going to the moon. When I come back, I think I'm going to have collected... Oh, your research is more valuable in the moon. You get like 25 for the new report, maybe, instead of like the 2.5 here. And, when we really start cashing in on science is going to be later. It's just like the further you can go, the more it's worth, the more valuable it is. There's still a lot to be collected on Kerbal. A whole lot. Every time you land, you can collect 20 or 30. But the real science to be had is at the moon. Let me show you another one. Outside the moon, we have the Minmus, and those are your two moons. This one's as easy to get to as the moon. If you can get to the moon, you can get to Minmus. And it's all the same steps. It's a little bit of a pitch angle, see that? So you're going to have to do that ascending node adjustment before you fly, or you'll miss it. So, anyway, off to the moon you go. Okay, I've done something. I hit a accidental button. I gotta put it back. Hope I can get it to the perfection that we had it before. Does it look like I can? So I'll have to settle. Okay. Alright, that's what we're going to do. It's not perfection. Hold on now. We're going with no batteries, so we got to make sure we don't use the juice. Alright, one push of the button and I kind of jacked the video, but it won't be too bad. There. I'm now in orbit of the moon. And I have 105 fuel to get home. There's no problem with that. Okay, 20 for the good. $24 for pressure. $16. $10. 75. Yes. 91 points just for flying by the moon. Alright, so now the way you get out of here, let's go ahead and fly to here. I don't know if I'm going to make it home with any electricity. Let's figure out what's going on. Is that a light on? Okay, doesn't matter. Oops. I just wasted some fuel. Okay, here we go. Whoop. Just like that. Okay. At this point. Alright, so this is what we call escaping the moon's gravity. Right here. Escape the gravity. Bam. Now let me show you something. We are moving so slow right here. We're being pulled between the moon and the earth. Or Kerbin. Kerbin's stronger. But just watch. This number just gets smaller until it just grabs us. Whoop. Now all of a sudden we're traveling at the mercy of the earth. Alright, for some reason I'm not moving. Let's find out what's going on. I have 0 juice. I don't know why. Alright, well, screwed that. Can try to use Kerbal power. There we go. We'll rotate it around. We have no way to charge our batteries, so this is an emergency situation. Let's run in the juice. We can do this. Alright, we'll be fine. We're there. Homeward bound. Alright, so we even did it running out of batteries. Alright, let's go look and see what is. I probably should go collect the mystery goods. Collect. That way when everything blows up. And at 70 I'll lose my gas. Unless it can help me slow down. Blew up. I like how hot we're coming in. We're at 30,000, we're still moving at 24,000. So it's like, let's pull this down. So when we hit this, the atmosphere is going to grab us. And our parachute shouldn't open until 35. Pretty good speed, below 300. I don't see a test button. Alright, we're getting down to our 300. Alright, we're below 300. Now we have to stay above 3,100. I don't see any test buttons, so I think it's going to be automatic. Here we go, water landing again. Alright. It opened, it got to 3,000, it didn't open. See, so for some reason, you have to do it again. You probably have to do like this, 3,100, and something like that. And then you'll be able to fulfill that condition. But that's what I was talking about. Be careful. Read the fine print. Understand what you're doing. You might get stuck holding it. And there's a decline penalty. Anyway, as soon as I splash down and live, 6.2, I was telling you earlier, these things have weight, so if you want to get rid of them, just drop them. And you drop a little slower. Looks like it went from 6.1 to 5.7 to 5.8. You can also judge how far above ground you are. Above sea level, it's right here, but above ground, you get a sea level measure. So mountains. Okay. So I'm going to recover the vessel, and then that'll be the end of this. We're going to look at our experience and what we've accomplished, cash, and at the end of 4 missions. Heck, we're well on our way. And this is kind of the boring part too. This is the must-know stuff. You know, the angles to achieve orbit, how to do it efficiently. Once you master these simple steps, you can go almost anywhere with just a few more knowledge sets. I mean, the whole universe is wide open to you with these techniques that you just saw in this video. So I'm excited about Jeb. He'll have a star. He's got 5 points of experience, I'm sure. Okay, 154 science to spend. Money that we brought back. Jeb, 5 experience points. Star. 450. We got the money almost for this now, and this is, you'll need this fairly soon. If it's me, I do airplanes my next mission, so I'll upgrade, and that's perfect for me. I guess you can do this one too. And now the only building we haven't upgraded is this one and this one. And of course, now they want you to explore the moon, which is going to be plant a flag maybe? No, land. Land on the moon. Yes. Now that I've expanded, I can have 7 missions, so go ahead, get them before they expire. Rescue from the orbit of the moon. I love rescuing Kerbals. Plant a flag on the moon. Science data from space around Kerbal. I'd have to look at these before I could decide. So, I really need a solar shield. You saw we paid for not having it last time. And actually land on the moon. I'd like to have these. Some of these things. But, hey! It's just 4 missions down. Look how deep we are. Oh, thank you. That's the end of this video.